And the federal government did that, as you say, through coercion, through threats and violence in some cases, and through abducting children. And we do see all of those cases at the Colorado schools. So oftentimes, people, the superintendents, Indian agents, other federal officials would show up on a reservation and they would spend weeks and weeks convincing parents to sign their children up for school. We don't know all of the substance of these conversations, but I think that they were lied to often. We know that parents would sign their children up for school expecting them to return home for vacations or to return home after a year or two. And once these children got to school, their contracts would be changed to 5 years or more. They wouldn't be allowed to return to school or to return home. Parents were told, if you want to see your children, then you have to come here to visit them. We're not going to allow them to come home. There was a case of one of the superintendents at Grand Junction going to Albuquerque. There was a group of Mescalero Apache students whose parents had sent them to the Albuquerque school, which is relatively close to their homes. And he essentially abducted all the students and took them to Colorado without their parents knowing. And they showed up to pick up their children, and their children were gone in a completely different state. We didn't have any military intervention in Colorado, but there were cases on other reservations in places like the Dakotas where the tribes and parents were refusing to allow their children to go to school, and U.S. soldiers literally showed up and took, children at gunpoint. So, there was a range of ways that students were acquired for these schools.